Quentin and Lawrence and I are walking around Cannes and walking down the Croisette and looking at different movies and going to different screenings and just when we would walk down the street as we were goofy guys wandering around, you'd start to hear people going, Tarantino! And thus the legend of Quentin began. The auteur was born somewhere. So we showed up at the boat and Renee Harlan and Oliver Stone and James Cameron and Paul Verhoeven were all there. And they just wanted to meet Quentin. And suddenly Quentin has not only seated the table, but is kind of running the table. And these guys are so interested in Quentin.
I'll tell you a funny thing that happened in Cannes. I was at this little reception thing with Quentin. Here comes Harvey, and he comes around the corner, and he's sweating, profusely sweating. And he's got this really angry face, you know. And right before he had come in the room, Quentin had introduced me to Harvey's wife and his little daughter. And the little daughter had a doll in her hand. And she had handed me the doll while we were talking. And he took the doll out of my hand and handed it back to his little kid, to his daughter. And Quentin goes, Harvey, what are you doing? He goes, Michael's gonna do the Hateful Eight. Michael's gonna do the Hateful Eight with us. And Harvey kind of stood there, and his eyes were shifting back and forth, and he was thinking on his feet, and he all of a sudden went off. And he took the doll from the little girl and gave it back to me. And Quentin was laughing hysterically, trying to find something funny, and he laughs. He got a great laugh. Of course, I gave the doll back to the girl.
Started doing it to Quentin, and he just started laughing, and he's like, that was so funny. He's like, yeah, let's just do another one. And we're like, yeah, but now it's like 7:15 in the morning, and so Quentin's like, action, and he goes, and slams the glass down and shatters it and cuts his hand and falls off the table laughing. And he's like, that was so funny. I got some weights and we set up a punching bag so that Brad was doing the whole scene and I was in the back and I was like lifting weights and doing pull-ups, like I wanted to be ready like an animal. And Quentin was like, all right, we're getting to you after lunch. Oh, that's a wrap. And I'm like, ugh. And I would like sit there at the end of the day like getting all made up, ready, pumped up, ready to go. And then I'd be like the night at the gym, then in the morning at the gym, and then ready for it. And Quentin did that to me for about 4 or 5 days. He just like had me like a caged animal. He was of course doing it on purpose.
That's the underbelly of the industry that nobody knows about. And it's really dark. And